Welcome to Conflict Havoc number 2. We're going to talk about some acting. But before we do, I'm going to play the first half of this video, which you're not going to see, and I'm going to react to that video. You know, the one I just made. So, let's do it. Not the one where I'm talking to the Avengers with the hammer about the suit, but the very first couple of lines. Actually, the very first lines from the Nameless one. Ready? Superheroes. So smart. Frack. Think. Let's try that again. Because that was a complete epic fail. And 3, 2, 1. You superheroes. What about us? So smart. So stupid. You seem to think that the most dangerous things exist out there in space. The most dangerous things exist on Earth. You want to prove that, pal? I mean, I have this hammer, and I have this suit. I'm pretty sure I'm damn dangerous. What makes you so special? Like me, I am going to show each and every one of you heroes the meaning of evil. Well, before you show us the meaning of evil, can I offer you a breath mint? Because your breath is fastoon. And one more thing. Your glare from your helmet is like blinding my left eye. And it's going to make it almost impossible for me to throw this ass whooping to you. So if you could just like stand over there in the dark, just a little bit to the right. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. Gotcha, you stupid bastard. You just walked up into a trap. It's called the Avengers. My turn. So, as you can see, improving is what I just did. I took the first half of the Nameless One's voice, in which I voiced over, and decided to give you guys a little bit of a scene. So, damn it, I'm stuck. Anyway, when you're going to do acting, improving is something that you would be a lot better advised at because it's not scripted for the most part. The situation is scripted. Your talking situation is scripted. And you'll know, I should probably keep this on in case I do a live on TikTok. But my battery is low. Plus, it's almost 1 o'clock. Anyway, the whole point, you should probably learn improv because improv is going to be easier for you to adapt to and it's always fresh off your head versus something that you've had to read and practice for weeks and months only to have, as soon as you get on camera, forget what the fuck you're supposed to say. For the record, that happens to all actors. It doesn't just happen to amateur actors, it happens to all actors. This is why I know that I can never be a Broadway actor because I can barely remember shit. The fact that I go by Echo Fang Grey Wolf instead of my government name of James Williams Jr. is because being mixed as an actor hasn't worked in my favor. So billing myself out as a native now will work better in my favor, henceforth the name Echo Fang Grey Wolf. And I like that name. So the thing is though, when you were improving, you have a fighting chance of being fresh. And when I say being fresh, I'm not talking about like BO or body odor or stuff like that. I'm talking about like someone can feed you a line and then you can run with that line. And if they're good at improving and you're good at improving, this can go on and you'll have a whole different story and a whole different circumstance than what's written in the script. And in some cases, you will have a better story versus what's written in the script. Everything I've written, we've improved it because a lot of people, when they said the lines that I wrote, it also doesn't translate from paper to your mouth, which is also something else that you learn when you're doing improv. So if I was told something different than what the Nameless One just did, let's say the Nameless One said, I'm going to rule the world because the most dangerous threat to the human race is other humans, and they need to be guided. So my freshly thinking ass would probably say, what gives you the right? Who gives you the authority to decide who guides us? Free will is something that you can never control. Something in that line. And you would be like, that kind of makes sense. But what was scripted was, who gave you the right? Who gave you the power to tell any individual what we should do? And you guys can write in the comments which one you like better. But when you're improvising, when you're acting, you should always, hopefully, if you have a good director, they will tell you, let's go with the script first. And after a couple of fails, we can improvise and see what works better. Because in the end, the director and the editor are going to be the ones who are doing the job to make you, the actor, look like an ace. And that's going to determine if people are going to come see your movies again. And in the end, acting's actually the easy part of the job. When you're an independent filmmaker, acting's the easy part. Putting the movie together, picking the scenes that go best together, that mesh together, then putting the reel together, or the trailer, or that stuff. That's actually the hard part. Because the actor, you come in, you do one thing. You do, if it's a fight scene, you do the fight scene, you do the dialogue, you go home. Now, granted, you may have to do the fight scene and the dialogue all fucking day long until lunchtime or until dinner time, but you get the shit out of the way. And if you're one take wonders, you are an ace, and you are a blessing. I am not a one take wonder. So I can almost guarantee you, anybody who acts with me, prepare to do the scene at least 5 times. At least 5 times. Because the way to solve that problem is to have 5 cameras set up at 5 different angles, so that the director and the editor will have an easier time picking that shit. And if you go through 5 times and you improvise 4 and do 1 script, they will pick the one that is best. So let's say you forget your line, but the other actor doesn't forget his. And instead of hollering line, you just go with something remotely close to what he can work with, and the other actor still pitches out his line. And that shit might actually work. I've done this before in some of my films that have been stolen, but I have done this before. So, it's really how well you work together with your chemistry. And it's really, if you can pull a great improvisation out of your ass, then you're great. So, like when I do monologues, when I do monologue Mondays, I just come up with some bullshit and then I say it. And then I generally come up with bullshit in my head and I feed you guys the answers because I don't have the ability to edit on this laptop. So I can't like green screen the shit and then pop it off in the corner so you guys can see who's talking to me. Now, I can do one or two things. I can shoot the whole bad guy scene and then watch it back and try to do it. Or I can just shoot the bad guy scene and then do the good guy scene, and then you guys will just have to watch the piece of crap that is. But I mean, I don't have a lot of fancy equipment. I don't have the time that I want to put into these things, and I don't have the money to do this because I'm a struggling actor. There's no bullshit behind it. I am literally broke as a joke, and trying to make it has not been the easiest task in the universe. So, to all the struggling actors, they can relate. And to you watching, when you see actors and they tell you, oh, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. I've been at this for 21 years under the name James Williams Jr., and it's gotten me nowhere. So now, in the 21st year of this starting, I'm working as Echo Fang Grey Wolf. I'm a 48-year-old man. I need this now more than ever. So if you guys can push me to Marvel or, Sony, somebody that gives me the job in this suit, that would be great. If not, please push me to Marvel so I can play an indigenous character because I am part indigenous. And I really want to work and be happy. I don't have to be the star. Just be in the film would be an honor and have a good check so that, y'all can sign me for a couple more deals. If you see my martial arts, you can see I am still in good enough shape that I can do martial arts. And you might want a hip replacement specialist on set just in case because this hip hasn't been replaced yet, but the left hip has been replaced. But I am ready to go. The fire in me is ready to do this. It's been ready for 21 fucking years. And if I only make one freaking movie that's not mine and it's successful, I can die or I can retire and never have to worry about this shit anymore. Okay? I don't want to do that because this makes me happy, but I can if the movie is very successful. Even if I'm only in there like for 5 minutes and I die, I'll be happy with that. I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, if I could get commercial work where I just do commercials, I can make a fairly decent living because you're in good hands with Allstate or Geico. I have Allstate, so I would prefer to work with companies and things that I actually do use, so that way it's not like a lie. Samsung, I'm available. Who is this? Hasbro. It does not say who it is, just says it's made in China. And I'm pretty sure Hasbro has the contract for Marvel Toys. So, Hasbro, I'm available. And if you need a Power Ranger, I'm available. Totally available. Might be a little too old to be a Ranger, but you can make me a retired Ranger or a backup Ranger. I didn't mean to do that. That literally slipped out my hand. That's why usually when I wear these things, I wear gloves. So like these so that I can have grip. No, not these because they're gray and red, but I have some blue ones that I can put over top of these. So, for grip, because these things have like no grip, which is why you can barely stop videos when you're making them. And more importantly, Gatorade is thirst aid, and I drink the shit out of Gatorade. Excuse me. And it does help that deep down body thirst. And if you watch my other videos where I loaded up my green washing material, VO5. I need a job. Scrubbity scrub, rub a dub dub. I need a job. So, that being said, we're gonna make this the last video that I do for Instagram tonight. Instagram, YouTube. I really gotta do a live Instagram because of the simple fact that my Instagram's having problems and I can't do anything with it. But we're gonna fix that. And Instagram, if you're from Instagram, I am coming back. Don't worry, I have not left Instagram. And shout out to my future wife, Zeta Zhang. Be seeing ya.